Okay, I'm going to show you how I power tune the HDP pistol, the HDP 50 from Umarex. Okay, first of all, you have to take this slide off. It's just a single pin, and then to get the actual core out of the bottom shell, there's another 3 pins, 1, 2, and 3. I just use this little drill bit, 1/16, and I tap them out with the hammer. So I already got them out. So once you take the top one out, this should just go back and slide off. So set that over there. And then same thing when you take these 3 pins out. This will just slide right out. Set that to the side. Now there's gonna be, oh god, I don't know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 screws. Yeah, about 8 screws there. So I already lifted them. So yeah, the tools you're gonna need is your little hammer and some kind of pin. You're gonna need a set of 90-degree needle nose pliers that I kind of modified for the tips. But yeah, and then your little Phillips and a little flathead. So the little flathead's good, just to loosen the casing up. There, once you get that loosened, it should come right off. Boom. I'll just set that up here. Yeah, now your barrel just comes right out. This is the tuning run barrel. You can see it has this little washer. Goes into here. Mine's kind of chewed up a bit. I'm going to replace that. I think that was done because me screwing with my long barrel, screwing it in somehow, it must have got jammed. And I don't know. Anyways, that's an easy fix. It's not a problem. I'm not having any issues with it, so I'll just keep it in there for now. Okay, so just set the barrel aside. This here is your power kit. That's the power pin, and that's your CO2 restrictor, and this here is your typical valve block, T4E valve block. This valve block is located right in here. There's a brass cap there that you have to screw. You got this brass cap again, like on the HDB. You're going to use your 90-degree needle nose pliers to take that off. It's really soft, so be careful. Yeah, and your bolt is right there, underneath that spring. I mean, it slides forward and shoots forward and shit, but it doesn't actually slam your balls, so it's not really an issue of breaking. It just basically, that spring's really strong too, so it must come forward and back and just burst air, because there's no contact with the balls that I'm pretty sure of anyway. Unless somebody knows something I don't, please let me know. Alright, now this part here is under tension. To get this valve out, you can either take the chance and kind of hold everything together, because these little springs and sear will like to pop out as soon as you start moving this. So what I like to do is just kind of put my pad and my thumb right there on this part, and then my thumb over the spring and sear like this. So that way there's tension on all those little parts. And yeah, you just basically grab this here and push inward, because that spring's going to want to shoot it out as soon as you twist up. So by doing this right, we're going to kind of, let's see here. How did I do this? Oh, see that wants to pop out right there. You got to be careful. God, it's been so long since I've done this. Actually, you know what? There's no real need to do this. Basically, all you have to do is, if you want to take this out yourself, the power pin, personally, I don't think it has any use, but this part here does for CO2, so you're going to need a power kit. This part here, people have done testing and said there's no difference. And we've seen it with the VRAM pin, or whatever it is, the ZRAM pin. It makes no difference either, so I didn't install it in the HDP, and I'm reaching as high as 83 joules, so yeah, but if you really want to put that in, you're gonna have to pull the valve out, keep good tension in, then turn this up, and then the valve will just come out, and then everything will stay in place. You then just pull the spring off, pull this little piece off, and then you can slide the bolt out, and this little pin is gonna go in the bolt. Now you're gonna need, you'll see it once you look inside. You look down this end, down that end there, it's that little black bolt, and it comes right up somewhere in here. And yeah, your power pin's in the tip, but if you look down at that end, you'll see this end. It's the end with the flathead. And then yeah, you just add a little heat on the end, but be careful. I know there's an O-ring somewhere in that area, the heat core O-ring. You don't want to fry that. But actually, no, you don't have to worry, because the heat core O-ring is going to be in the tip of this part, the nozzle. Yeah, here, I'll see if I think I have another one. I'll show you here. Okay, here's this one's going to be an HDR valve. So basically, when you get under here, there's a nozzle right there. That little black bolt slides over top of it, and then the spring over that, and then there's a little bumper right there, like a bumper, kind of like M17 bumper. And yeah, so if you can look, I don't know if you can see it, guys, but God, this ain't focusing. But it's literally right up in there, man. That's your heat core O-ring. It's right in the tip there. I'm not sure if we can get this to focus, but there we go. If you can see it in there, that's the heat core O-ring. Usually no issues with this, unless you're using from what I hear, 1300 psi, 1350. My friend told me it blew out at him once, so yeah, if you can maybe find a square O-ring to get in there, might be able to use some higher pressures. But anyways, yeah, pretty much that's it. Your CO2 goes up in there. If you're going to use CO2, take the CO2 restrictor that comes from the power kit, and yeah, you can just drill it out to 1/16 using this little guy. And yeah, it'll give you roughly up to a 10 joule increase. But yeah, that's for power tuning the inside. That's pretty much all you have to do, man. Like, personally, this pin ain't worth anything from what I've seen and the results I've seen and stuff like that, and from what others have told me. And from what I've seen, you still get full power in the HDX. So sorry, the HDB. And yeah, so that's that. I'll put this back and I'll show you guys what I did to the modify into the Carbine. But yeah, so let me see. Where's the core of the shell? I'll just take this guy, put it back on, click her down. Sorry about this, guys. Lots of crazy little screws and stuff. yeah, like I said, there's not really much to these guns, man, to go wrong. Like, just basically, if they do, it's pretty much just O-rings, man. You don't get no slamming bolts that break all the time, and it never happens. There's no worrying about the power pin breaking. I've never seen or heard tell that happening on these. Yeah, and just parts are easy to get, so. Alright. Let's get this thing back together. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Oh, no barrel. You can tell I'm an amateur making videos. Oh, God. Okay, let's get this back now. Show you guys the other mods. I also installed, it has a 6-round magazine, but I tore this out and through the Carbine I added a 25-round mag. I'll show you guys that too. Just give me a second to get these in. Every time I do this, I forget something. There's just a few more now. Yeah, there's no velocity caps to blow or anything like that, so not a whole lot to worry about in these. And they're cheap too, so if anything happens, you can always buy a new one too. So, but that's not an option because they're easy to fix. Okay, here. Go back to the shell again. So this just goes in here, the bottom part. Should just slide in nice. Yep, that's good. And then do these pins. Start with this little guy. This guy. And then now, I'll put the third guy in. Okay. Knock take the shell. This was orange, and I painted it and then sanded it off with a wire brush, and it's kind of all gritty and shitty now. And then I put it in that RIT dye, and yeah, this is the outcome. Either way, this is buried in the carbine, so you're not going to ever see it. And then this last pin, you just there we go. Back together now. Okay, now for the modifications I made to it. First of all, we started out with an Umarex TAC Carbine. It comes with the XPG BB pistol, and it also holds 3 or 4 other pistols too, BB air guns. And this carbine was only about $50 Canadian by itself, or it's like 95 or $100 Canadian, and it comes with the BB gun. But yeah, look it up. It's the Umarex TAC Carbine. You have to make a small modification to get the gun in. It's got these pins right here. There's one, the other one I got out down there. And yeah, so this isn't the one I'm using right now, but you can see it's got a stock here. I had to cut it off and modify it like a keyhole to fit into a buffer tube. And it looks like this. So here's what I had to do. I had to cut that off and then modify it like that so it can fit in. The stocks can slide over it. And yeah, and then you got that pin right here. I'll show you what that's for after. That's to lock the gun in place. Now, what you'll do is, here's the pistol here. Alright, we'll take the pistol, and then it's got a Picatinny grip that slides in to grooves, like right in here. Right in here, it's got the grooves for the Picatinny rail. So, we'll just slide that. Oh, also, before we start too, I got tape. I just put tape on the side here just so it centers and there's absolutely no wiggle. And then we're going to put this in. And actually, before I put the gun in, let me just show you what I did. Right there. See that? I had to grind that out with a Dremel on this section. That way the pin can slide through and lock it. So, we're going to go in the gun. And what did I do with that other pin? Okay, in that case, we'll just use this one. So that comes out. Just gonna take this pin out. And we're gonna go right through here with it. Just like that, and then straight into that hole. So, yeah, see how the pin goes through? That way it sits in that groove, and now this is solid. There's no wiggle, no jiggle, nothing. It's solid in place, and it's going to be accurate. Perfectly straight down. And then you got this little knob here. It's like a little button, and it will go right in there to lock it. You also get a spare pin too, so probably fell on the floor somewhere here. But anyways, so yeah, now we got this part. Yeah, so I'll take the light off. Now that's the first part. And let's see here. Now we got the barrel. This comes in 4 sections. It's a barrel. There's 4 sections. One there. See? It's got the threaded tip. You can put a suppressor or a muzzle or more extensions if you have the power for it. But yeah, zip that up. Now, it's going to go in here. Screw that on. And like doing this a lot, in and out, affects that little rubber seal part where the barrel is. That was kind of blown out. But like you'll think it's all the way shut, and you'll just keep spinning and spinning and spinning, but the barrel actually spins that direction, so you'll just keep spinning forever. Okay, I think we're good now. See how it's just still spinning? But, and then, now for the carbine. This is a DPMS BB gun foregrip. I put an aluminum one on mine, an M-LOK one, so I'm using this. Now, the way this is going to work, I have, here's the plunger for the 25 rounds. This holds all the balls in. So, I'll show you how this works real soon. This is going to go, so this points upward. That's a little pusher. And the spring. Not sure if you can see that good. Just like a little screw thing, like almost like a spring guide. And then you can see here I had to cut that's where the balls are going to go down there. So I had to open all the way that up with a drill. It's very easy. Now this part will go in. So we want this going up. So first this piece goes in. Boom, that locks in. Okay, once that's locked in, check it over here, see where we're at. Okay, now we'll take this carbine. Put it over top. This part's tricky. I have to get this. Sorry, I'm just trying to get this. Rod's a bit bent. There we go. Okay, so now the copper tube that's painted black comes all the way to here, and I put this pin in to stop it so it locks it in place. So that's the tube running underneath the barrel, and yeah, this is the thing you pull for the spring. So I'll show you that when I get it together, but how you lock this piece together. I use these really flat low risers. They're really nice ones, UTG Leapers. Yeah, we're gonna stick this on here. Actually, we'll do this one on the other side. There we go. And for these ones, I need a star. So the other side. Oh, there's the pin. The other pin. And then boom. Just lock these ones up. Okay, and now that we've got the rail on, nice and solid, see? It's really solid. Why? That's the barrel and the stick, or the pin I got here for the... I gotta cut this piece off though soon and make like a knob, but I'm not done with that yet. Alright, now we can take our HP adapter. We're going to plug it in where the CO2 thing goes, the quick release cap. So now we're HPA ready, as long as you get the CO2 restrictor out. Okay. Now, for the stock, this is the Umarex Carbine DPMS handguard, and this is the Planet Eclipse EMF 100 stock, the paintball marker. Now, when you're filing this, make sure not to file it too thin, because you want it nice and thick for this part. That way it creates nice friction and it won't slide. You have to use some really good force to get it on and off. So, yeah, we'll just start this off. Yeah, I gotta put the barrel on the floor to do this, but hold on. There, so much easier. Okay, now we've got that, and I have another piece here. It's not finished yet, but it's not even painted. It's just still in the works. But it goes around underneath here. It's going to be screwed into the bottom, like under there. So, and then this will come more. Here, let me see if I have another one. Yeah, this one's for the HDR. Anyways, it's going to come like this, but have a flat piece at the bottom, so that way there's no wiggle. See? It's nice and solid once you get that on there. Zero wiggle. But anyways, that's for that. See, it just goes right onto here. It'll eliminate any wiggle out of that. That's for another day though. Just pull this back. Connect, there you go. Your slide check. Turn on the gas all the way. Leave it like that permanently. anything you ever need it, just click forward and you're fully gassed. Yeah, I'll show you that 25 round magazine now installed. So that tube, I don't know how good you guys can see this, but yeah, let's try it here. So the magazine chamber is all the way, goes down to here, and pretty much you load your balls all the way up here, and the rest of this room is for spring compression. So I'm not sure if you can see it, but when I pull this up here, like I said, it's not going to be this long. I'm still in the makings of it, but it's going to end down here with a knob on it, or like a hook, something that I can hook into like your muzzle or something, and then you can put the balls in and then just pull it out and it'll snap back as you shoot the balls. But yeah, so when you pull this back, you can't get it all on the camera, but you pull right here and see, goes all the way back, and then you just let it go. Each ball will just keep pushing back. So yeah, bang, 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 bang. This will go down. But yeah, guys, that's it. If you have any questions, just ask, because I'm sure I didn't cover everything. I'm learning too, so bear with me, guys. Have a good one, man.